guys, welcome to my channel Elemental Education. So today's video is the continuation part of our earlier two videos, that is sources of energy. This chapter will be studying alternative sources of energy. In our earlier chapters, if you haven't watched my videos, the link for those two videos are in the description. Please go and watch those videos first. It will be easier for you to understand the sources of energy. So in our earlier video, we have discussed the conventional source of energy like coal, fossil fuels, petroleum. Those are the conventional source of energy. So today's video will be the alternative sources of energy or non-conventional sources of energy. Then those non-conventional sources of energy will be hydroelectric energy, wind energy. We will be studying in our today's video. Later on in next class we will be studying for solar energy and geothermal energy, and we will be going for even tidal energy and nuclear fission and fusion. So those will be the next videos. Now let us understand what is a non-conventional source of energy. Non-conventional source of energy is kind of energy which is not derived from the petroleum source, like crude oil or coal. Those are all fossils, right? If I am not deriving, these are fossils. If I am not deriving any energy from these fossils, those are known as non-conventional source of energy, or those sources of energy cannot be replenished. They can be freely available in our nature. So let us understand what is a hydroelectric energy. We know hydro means water. Let us understand this way first. Hydro means, hydra means water, right? So hydro and electric. Electric is electricity, derived from electricity. So the energy which is derived from water, electricity derived from water, is known as hydroelectric energy. So how this hydroelectric energy is derived or produced? This hydroelectric energy are produced in the stations known as hydroelectric plants or dams. So what is the principle and working of hydroelectric plants? These hydroelectric plants, they convert, the principle is they convert the potential energy of water or kinetic energy of water into electricity. So let us understand how a schematic diagram to understand how a hydroelectric power plant works. Suppose there is a reservoir. This is called reservoir or dam. It is where the water is stored. It is full of water. This is the place where the water is stored. So there will be an outlet pipe where we can release the water, and below that there will be a turbine. This turbine in turn is attached to a generator through a shaft. Shaft, turbine, generator, which produces electricity. So this is the simple diagram to illustrate how a hydroelectric power plant works. So where this water comes from? These waters are naturally available when it is raining. So or a river is flowing, we are constructing a dam to block the flow of water. So this water is stored in a reservoir. So the water consists, or the water contains potential energy, because when somebody is at a height, we know potential energy is present in that. So this water is at a certain height, so it contains potential energy. So when it starts flowing, right, so that potential energy is converted to kinetic energy. So this kinetic energy hits the turbine, or this water hits the turbine. This kinetic energy is converted to rotational energy, or it produces the rotation in the turbine. So that rotation in terms, it gives a rotation in the shaft. This shaft is connected to a generator. So this rotational energy is transferred to the generator. So when the shaft or the armature of the generator rotates, we know electricity is produced. In our previous chapters, electricity and magnetic effect of electric current, you have studied that how a generator works. So when we are giving external motion to the shaft, we produce electricity. That is the principle of generator. So if you haven't watched those videos, I would suggest you please go to my channel Elemental Education in YouTube. Watch those videos carefully. You will understand the principle of generator and motor. And even I have solved some numericals also for you guys. So please go and solve those numericals as well. It will be beneficial for you. So next, we have understood how this hydroelectric power plant works. So what is the advantages of this hydroelectric power plant? There are three advantages. First one is, this water is a renewable source of energy. This water will never get exhausted. So it is free for us to avail it. Second is, it is pollution free. It never produces any smoke. So third advantage is, when you are constructing a dam, right, we are controlling the flood. Like if a river is flowing in rainy season, a river is getting flooded. So when you are constructing a dam, we are blocking the water. We are stopping the flow of excessive water. So it is helpful for blocking the or stopping the floods, preventing the flood. The next or the last advantage, or we can tell it's a uses, when this water flows down the turbine, right, have you ever noticed where this water goes? It is never get wasted. It goes to the irrigation purpose, to the fields. So the farmers can use this water for irrigation or farming. So what is the disadvantage then for this hydroelectric power plant? So the disadvantage of this hydroelectric power plant is, when we are constructing a dam, right, large number of farming lands we are occupying to construct this dam. So large number of farming land is destroyed. And even one more disadvantage is, if this reservoir is getting full, right, so there is a limitation, like it cannot hold above some certain limit. It cannot hold the water above some certain limit. So when it is due to heavy rain, it has to open the gates. So when it is opening the gates, right, so many farming lands or villages, they are all flooded or destroyed. These are the two disadvantages of this hydroelectric power plant. So next we will be going for what is a wind energy. What is a wind? Flow of air is known as wind. So we know in our atmosphere it is consisting of air. It is free of cost. We are not paying for it. So that air, when it is flowing, right, at a certain speed, is known as wind. What is wind energy then? We know wind is the flow of air, is known as wind. So if it is a flow of air, it should contain or consist kinetic energy. So if we are harnessing this kinetic energy, or we are converting this kinetic energy to some other source of energy, then it is known as wind energy, because we are harnessing from wind, flow of air. So what we are doing with this kinetic energy? We are converting it to electrical energy. So this electrical energy can be used for our home appliances, home use and industrial purpose also. Let us see how the kinetic energy of the wind is harnessed. See, there will be a turbine, or a turbine consists of, wind turbine will consist of blades that will rotate, and ultimately it will connect to a shaft, and a small generator will be there. This is the pole. So when the wind blows, right, it rotates the turbine, which in turn it rotates the shaft, and it is connected to a generator. So this generator gives electricity, and it is stored in some battery, and then it can be transferred. So you might have seen, like, wind energy is free of cost and it is readily available. So Gujarat has implemented or harnessed the wind energy, and even there are few other states who have the capacity of harnessing wind energy, like Tamil Nadu, Gujarat. so many other states also. And this wind energy, India is in the 5th position. It has the capacity of harnessing 45,000 megawatt of power or electricity. Similarly, there are few other countries. Germany is in the top position, and Denmark, right, it is in the 2nd position, which is harnessing actually, which is producing 25% of the total energy needs of the country from the wind energy. So in this case, we can understand what is the advantages of wind energy and disadvantages of wind energy. Advantages is wind energy is free of cost, first thing. Second thing is it produces no pollution. When we are using wind energy to generate electricity, there is no smoke or no residue left, so there is no pollution for it. And what are the disadvantages of wind energy? Disadvantage is the setup itself is high cost. When we are setting up, right, see, this generator setup, turbine, this pole, everything we are setting up, and there we require some land also. So this setup is costlier, and there will be some thousand of this kind of setups should be placed in some empty lands so that we can harness the wind energy. This is the first disadvantage. Second disadvantage is similar to hydroelectric power plant, it requires some farming land. It occupies some farming land or some plotting land which could be used by some other people for livelihood or for farming. So this is second disadvantage. What is the third disadvantage? Wind energy, the minimum speed of wind should be 15 km per hour. So only few places in India are experiencing this 15 km per hour wind, that is throughout the year, not every time. And also it should be consistent. More than 15 km per hour, if the wind is blowing, then we can use it. So all the seasons we cannot get 15 km per hour wind. So these are the 3 main disadvantages of wind energy. So guys, this is all for today. I hope you would have understood everything. What are the sources of energy, non-conventional sources, and their advantages and disadvantages. So in next class we will be studying about other sources of energy like geothermal energy, tidal energy, those things we will be studying. So if you like this content and like my video, please give a like in my video and share with everyone so that it will be beneficial for others also. And if you have still any doubt, please comment on my video, so I will be helping out over there. And moreover, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so that whenever I am uploading any new content, you will be getting the notification at the same instant. So this is all for today. Thanks and bye bye.